Are we live?
Yeah,
We're fucking live.
Are we?
Oh, Eli.
We're on the goddamn internet.
There we go.
I don't know how you guys got all messed up, though.
I'm gonna say I'm looking at the screen now and it's all set to like.
Oh, I know how.
Anyway, what's up, party people? Welcome to tonight's episode of Sinner's Dream. I realize now I cannot hear this that I would like to hear. So I'm gonna make sure that there you go.
I can hear it. It's very loud.
Well, just turned it down. What's up, party people? Welcome to tonight's episode of Sinner's Dream. Noir campaigns, that's ridiculous. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Foundry VTT, the best VTT out there, hands down. Vanilla, as it is, fantastic virtual tabletop just across the board. It's self-hosted, which is already, a big plus for a lot of people who want to be able to play around with it and build out their own stuff because it's completely open source. There is a huge mod community that will allow you to come in and customize your game however you want to. And it's clean. It looks prettier than any of your other VTTs. 3D is nice and all, but it gamifies it too much. You know what I mean? It makes it too video gamey and it's kind of hard to control. So forget about the, Tailspires, the soon-to-be 1D&D game, all this, that. Who cares? Foundry's where it's at. Every time. Now then, if you're not a system admin, if you can't handle, self-hosting it, allowing people to connect to your internet, or even setting up like a wireless server like AWS or whatever, Forge-VTT is the way to go without a doubt. Best place to host your Foundry games. They've even got stuff inside their bazaar that you can go buy that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. In the mod community, they have over 200 nodes across the world to allow us to even our Canadians to connect to this game and have seamless connection across everything. Foundry and Forge go hand in hand. Check them out. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by Tabletop Audio. You'll hear some of their background music every once in a while. They have a lot of great stuff that you can just go grab off their website literally right now for all of your tabletop role-playing game needs. They have great ambiance. They have great just backing tracks. But if you go to their Patreon, they also do like remixes and some other special tracks that are a little bit more pointed towards different things that you may not see on their website. So go check them out. They're great. We also use Michael Gelfi here. He does other great ambiances that are a little bit more, in my opinion, natural. They're not like musical ambiance, right? They're your street sounds, sounds, not signs. They're your, unless you hear dinging in the background, which, that's what they do. But they have like, street sounds. They've got forest sounds. They've got water, blah, blah, whatever the hell you need. Guarantee you Michael Gelfi's done it at some point. Now then, the other part of this is that this is a darker themed game, quote unquote, depending on who's here at the night. And whether or not, I'm feeling frisky. But some of the more orchestral stuff that you'll hear that's a little bit darker is...
You still can't fucking pronounce it. It's been months.
I don't know what to tell you. I tried. I actually tried tonight.
The emphasis is on the middle syllable. It's orchestral. Orchestral.
Midnight Syndicate. Check them out. They're fantastic. Actually, they just got through releasing another album, I think it was last week after their big concert that they did. They do live concerts, by the way. If you ever catch them live, I'm jealous. That's all I've got, I think. JD?
Anyone else feel like that took forever?
It took a long time.
Okay.
A long time.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're very quick on the elf egg front tonight. We're, of course, are going to give away a set of dice from Dice Envy, like we do every month. And I will announce the winner this evening at the end of the episode. So stay tuned for that. Also, a couple of weeks ago, or I think it was Adelaide, you weren't here last week.
I was not here last week. I was at the power for 54 hours.
So I didn't want to just like eat your, like, you take the thunder away or like, whatever. I want to make sure you were here.
Oh, did I win?
You didn't win. Well, you did win, right? So I know you got a couple tweets from people asking you how to identify elf eggs. So I just congratulations again in front of everybody. Adelaide has recently been promoted here at -2 Charisma to senior director of Elf Egg Management. So if you guys have any Elf Egg related questions, lore issues,
Does
things
this
like
come
that.
with the salary? Wow.
The same salary you had before, just more responsibility. So just tweet any of your Elf Egg concerns or inquiries. All go to @OAdelaide.
Yeah, it's a really dark history. You know, it involves.
I can't.
Yeah.
For the exciting conclusion.
Cue the dark orchestra.
For the exciting conclusion to whatever she was about to say, go to Twitter. That's it. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's the end.
Thanks.
You know, congratulations again. You deserve it.
Okay.
You deserve it.
Okay.
Hit me with that radio recap, please.
Hello, everybody. Roker is brighter than ever, better than any.
We'll hear from your wife and little daughter later on, Mr. McDonald. But now, let's see what's going on in Big Town.
This is Kasmar Radio News. I am Cooper Castleberry. There has been a report of an attack on the Kraken House Care Home and Clinic. A brave nurse intervened to stop the attackers, and the authorities are currently on the lookout for a suspect. The celebration surrounding the first launch of a Zeppelin in Kasmar has been set. Be sure to head to Solvaren Park on Saturday for rides, a petting zoo, and all sorts of confectionery. Tickets to the event can be purchased ahead for a 20% discount. Buggy Brothers Bakery is currently running a buy one get one free special on all hoagie sandwich bread, dutifully dubbed Zep Bread. And now, to Zeno with the weather.
So, I mean, unfortunately, Adelaide
I have no
wasn't-
notes for you because I didn't have power and I didn't watch.
What was the name of that?
Crappy
What was the
show,
name of that
so-
bakery?
Let me go pull up my notes real quick. I have it. Give me just 2 shakes. Doop, boop, doop, boop. It was. Gonna pull it up. Thank you. Buggy Brothers Bakery.
Okay.
Buggy.
I just want everybody to know the original audio that was sent to me for that from Chuck was Buggy Brothers Bakery. Like he couldn't get the 3 out, so I got each word with about a 5-second interval and produce that masterpiece.
Can we get the clip of the original in the Discord?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I need anybody to hear it.
Oh yeah, no.
That's what it said, and then and how I fixed it, and you guys will. Everybody should be impressed with me.
Wow.
You did great. You did very well. I appreciate it.
Amazing.
I tried at least 4 times today to get it out without going.
It's just kind of behind the scenes shit you just don't get to see, you know? Just the consummate professionalism here.
It's so good. It's so
Beautiful.
good. That's what we're here for, right?
Not only are we impressed, we are grateful too.
You know,
Well,
Dylan, that's why you're my favorite.
Sure.
God damn it, Charles! How are you failing English when you speak English?
So, anyway, so you guys want to know what happened last week?
That sent me back to fucking 5th grade, buddy. JD, what were you gonna say?
Well, last week, we unfortunately had to deal with the Scrungle House situation. No, what we did was we decided to go and do some investigative work. For maybe the first time ever.
In a long time, that's for sure.
Yeah, we went to the police station.
Investigating.
We were investigating the missing children in the hospital. So we went to the police station to see if any reports had been filed. Then we went to the hospital where we found that red Aarakocra who had, who summoned a fire elemental on Wilhelm very early on in his in the campaign.
Beta's first fight.
Yeah. It turns out they are also a nurse, which is great. And who they also manufacture weird explosives and bombs and shit part-time, I guess. Which Pip was really into.
Yeah, got to pay them a visit whenever.
Gave us a bunch of so we got some extra information about the missing kids, and then we went to go deal with Scrungle, and we moved some boxes. And Copper turned into a bear. That was cool.
Yeah.
And I made a new friend.
Pip got sick.
Yeah.
Pip got sick. Yeah.
Pip is sick. Yeah, that's a
Pip
thing.
is sick. Pip doesn't feel great right now.
Oh, and and Harold and Wilhelm shared a tender moment.
Yep.
Oh, we found out that 0.04% of the population of Kasmar are constructs of Aura.
Oh yeah, big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
0.04% of the population of Kasmar are constructs of Alhora. So, that said, I just assumed that Veda was in the background watching the bro hug. Entertained.
Getting slightly jealous. And of course, Wilhelm thinks she's getting jealous of him because he's hugging Harold, and Harold knows that's bullshit.
Were you saying Veda doesn't like the gays? That's not true. That can't be true.
No, it definitely isn't true. Have you met her family? Anyway.
It's like, I love my gay sons, and it's like little pictures of everybody's face. Little flags.
So, you guys have things to do. What's on the docket for the next day? What are we focusing on? What are we going to do?
Did we finish helping Scrungle move?
Yes.
Did they make the gem safe after their bromance?
Yes. They got
beautiful.
I think one of you got like 2 natural. It was fairly high rolls.
Yeah, it was pretty big. Yeah,
on the checks. It was pretty big. So you guys, I've already sent it to you in Discord. You guys have a full list of upgrades that you can make to the Scrungle House, as I have so graciously started calling it, which is definitely going to be the name of his shop, by the way. There is now a requirement for you to have a bagel shop on the 2nd floor, if I remember right.
This is why Chuck can't go into marketing, because obviously you call it the Scrungle Gym.
Instead of Jungle Gym, Charles, you see?
Yeah, right. See, you do something clever with it instead of just putting a name in front of house.
Mm-hmm. Scrungle's Jungle.
That works too, because then you got some rhyme.
You guys are way. You gotta be hip and trendy, right? You need a nice long name like Welcome to the Scrungle.
Yeah, elves aren't welcome here.
What?
What?
I have no idea what's happening anymore in this game. I don't know what's happening.
I think at the time there was a lot of bagel conversation happening, and people were really into bagel breakfast sandwiches in chat. So at the time, we needed a front. We needed some sort of store at the top of this thing, and bagel shop came up. But it could be anything. Shop. I mean, I think like just a general like a UPS store. Or like a FedEx would make more sense, but
a notary,
as long as we can get us some Taylor ham, that's fine. You need a notary.
Baby. Honestly, a laundromat, those things just print money.
Yeah. Having a fucking notary in the building you live in would be a goddamn lifesaver.
It's a mattress store, so everyone knows we're up to no good.
Regardless,
it's actually
we call it
the rooms.
We'll call it the shaded linens.
The shaded linens.
We'll never put it together. We'll never put it together.
Not one, but 2 of the sections of the buildings are competing mattress firms.
two completely separate Honda dealerships.
Just in the building, yeah.
And a CVS, a Rite Aid, and a Walgreens all in one building.
Yep.
Why am I here?
You asked us what we wanted to do with Scrungles.
Okay, so what? Okay, so you actually said we were going to talk about Scrungle's place.
Yeah, you guys. Okay. I've been outside of game, but if we wanted to have this conversation in game,
Nope.
Willem's a little
we didn't have it outside of game.
Yeah.
I know, you guys had it in Discord. Like, I had the opportunity.
Oh, well.
We were talking about worms in our defense, so
there were more important things going on.
Right.
It's true. You guys are having hugs.
I mean, trying to save the world. It was an emotional moment. Decided to tag team the
Yeah,
apocalypse, but sure.
You had a hug. There was a hug.
Yeah. Did Scrungle have anything against dragons?
Are you asking him?
Yeah, I mentioned it the other day too, but we'd love to take a look at anything he has for dragons. Don't know if we're gonna buy it. Don't know if we can afford it, but
He prefers to stay away from them for the most part. Having a short conversation with him, I imagine it goes, "Hey, Scruggle, do you have any problems with dragons?" He just goes and kind of grumbles away into a box. But
does he have anything to help make that happen? Does he have like anti-dragon repellent? We'll spray the hospital with it. Just inject it into the children's water supply.
Some dragon off.
So
some draconic off.
Exactly. Draco be gone.
We call it Dracoff.
Yep.
There you go. Now you're funny.
Now. This show is a fucking disaster.
You're telling me, Adelaide, I'm the one that shows up here every fucking week. I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore, man. That's just... Anyway.
That's it. I'm just gonna play Carl.
Oh, God.
No
anyway,
shit.
So, in all seriousness, is there anything, like, other than asking Scrungle if he's into dragons?
Scrungle's like, yeah, I play this game where I
fine.
roll dice and...
What's next on the docket? You guys have all sorts of things to handle. You have to,
we got a plan for a dragon attack.
Yeah, so...
Dragon attack or an attack on a dragon?
Well, it's a little bit of both, most likely, yes. So I think if we get Scrungle situated, and we know the building is in the correct format, and
Yep.
Yes, okay, and all, and the gem is secure.
Yep.
We've put a 4-digit pin code on it.
Probably.
Face unlock or whatever. Face ID.
I don't know that you have that spell unlocked. Sorry.
I think the next phase is to find transportation.
We'll say it's Saturday.
Yeah. Oh,
Stuff
good.
the mountain? Or is it we're just going?
We were gonna look for an airship, I think.
Today is the day of the launch of the airship.
Uh-huh.
So
we head to the park.
We're going to the park?
So that's our plan, is to just... Now we're just going to go to the lair of a red dragon.
With no preparation. without our gunslinger.
Just walk in the door.
By the way, JD, I need you to get the battle map stuff ready.
In our defense.
Chuck, are we fighting today? No, I don't think so.
In our defense, Mac is already there.
That's true.
Different dragon, but he's up on the mountain.
I don't think there's any harm in going to scope it out. But
yeah, well, there we go. Reconnaissance. There you go. That's a good plan. That's a plan I can give.
We could just be tourists going on an airship ride up the mountain, like everybody else.
Papa's got to get some more
Do we
electrum.
know that's where the airship ride is going?
I feel like that was
launch.
implied.
I think it's just probably a joyride first, like a test drive around Kasmar. There's probably opportunity to step up and go up to the peak if you like. Go up to the gambling district. It's up to you, dude.
Yeah, I would say let's go at least scope out the validity of this flying contraption. See if it's a feasible means of transportation.
I think Veda would have checked in with Harold at some point about the undead bullets that we'd found.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to think about, huh?
Yeah, It's not scary at all because it only
Please
affects me. It's fine.
Remind me about those.
Okay. So they were the kobold's pistols. Was that it? Yeah. The kobold's pistols had red crystal bullets, and they are blood bullets that will make undead fall asleep, which is very concerning to me.
Certain undead.
certain undead, probably vampires.
So,
Blood bullets. So,
if you want to roll, you're proficient in alchemy tools, right?
I think so.
Would you mind checking for me first before I ask for this roll?
I was working on it, buddy.
Come on. Man.
No, actually, just Tinkers and Thieves.
Okay, cool. If that's the case, then just give me.
I think I might be.
I know you're proficient in.
I have alchemist supplies and herbalism. Yeah,
Oh,
I can help him out with it.
Cool. If that's the case, then I will take a from Veda, not from.
Trying to avoid the skill monkey at all costs here.
I'm really not. It's specifically because of her tool proficiency. I'll take an intelligence check with proficiency at advantage.
Okay.
When I put my die back in the box, it was in that one, so it's a good thing we
with
went that route.
proficiency. So I think this is gonna add a +4. Just an ability check. Natural 20. I didn't even have to roll again.
So with a 23.
I'm back, bitches.
Hey Harold, do you want to roll a history check that's got a DC of 15 to see if you can add your proficiency bonus to this as well?
Well, it's a history check, so I got my D4. That's a 4 on one die and a 3 on the other.
So 7
so that's
plus.
only a 7, but that is a +13 for a dirty 20.
Okay, cool. So it's actually a 27 total between the two of you. Harold has a large library of things that he can kind of pull from. He's got his own special laboratory on the 3rd floor that he brings you up into. And as the two of you are like taking it apart very carefully with your tools that you have, and kind of like doing everything you can to ascertain what this actually does, the crystalline structure itself is actually incredibly fragile. It almost cracks just putting a little bit of pressure on it with your fingers. Or at least you would think so. And then as you kind of like go to actually crack it open to get the whatever this gaseous liquid weird like triple point material on the inside of this crystal out, you find it actually a lot harder to crack it open than anticipated. And as you get it off, get the cartridge off and kind of take the time to clean up the actual bullet itself, eventually you get to the point where you just get frustrated enough to the point where you pull out a drill and you start drilling a small hole at the base of the actual crystalline structure. And as it cracks through, there is a point where the exterior air hits the interior and it becomes just straight blood on the interior. Pulling it out and taking a few minutes to kind of look at it, cross-referencing with different types of blood across a variety of different materials and animals, you find yourself looking at white phosphorus on the interior, first off. Just a small amount, not a lot. White phosphorus mixed with like this weird mixture between dragon blood and quick scarlet. Now, dragon blood already has a lot of quick scarlet to begin with. It's already going to be incredibly magical to start because that's how quick scarlet works. It's drawn from blood. So this is hyper enhanced quick scarlet dragon blood that has been put at a triple point inside of the head of a bullet that on impact will shatter at high speeds.
Hey, Eli.
What?
Look over there.
And on impact, it actually releases that blood onto the form of the vampire itself and is incredibly toxic to vampires as a whole. That said, it also, in that instance, will overwhelm their senses to the point where they will just completely shut down until that blood is removed from their body. So, That said, whenever it shatters against the body, more than likely it will go into their bloodstream, which means that you have to draw it out of their blood, or it'll just be on the flesh. There's like a 50-50 chance of either one.
That's very, not intimidating at all.
Rather
I guess it's lucky that I can catch bullets now, so.
Right. There must be something we can do to defend against this in some way.
With a 27, one option is microdosing, getting Veda used to it.
Like, yeah.
I've spent the last 15 years developing a tolerance to iocane powder.
So there is microdosing. Another option would be to find a way to, which this is going to be a little bit harder to do, seeing as you probably want it to be a bit more immediate, would be to find a way to repel blood as a whole.
Find a way to repel
blood. Just like blood.
That seems a little intimidating, considering if things go wrong, I just repel all of my blood.
The complications there. No, not your blood. Like it would repel.
I mean, like, yeah, like it water resistant, but she's just like,
yeah. Like aquaphobic, but for blood.
Right, sure.
The problem there is that there's different types of blood. So you would have to essentially find a way to get resistance to a specific type of blood.
I mean, I'm not against drinking a little bit. I mean, it seems fine.
I just shudder to think of what might have happened if you hadn't, well, been you and kind of walked through that encounter.
You know, I was considering just letting it happen, but I figured, and you know, if I'm going to die, I might as well do it in the service of others. So, but I'm fine. It's fine.
You're starting to sound like me.
I don't really think I'm as depressive. She'll still smile, but she's still like, it's just teasing him.
Harold just kind of goes.
Well,
I got a pretty good hug yesterday.
I did get a pretty wicked hug yesterday.
The little frowny face is now just neutral. How was your experience at Kroger today? Yeah,
at some point, Wilhelm's like coming upstairs with taking notes and or looking at a book. Just looks in, sees what it turns right around.
She'll crack it open and take a sip. Might as well start today, I guess.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Woo! Okay. Better not be fine today. Constitution saving throw? Got it. Okay.
And you said you're just taking a little sip, or you're taking the whole thing?
Nah, just a little, like the teeniest little sip. She's microdosing it, so it'd be...
Like, put a fingertip in.
Yeah, An 8. Nailed it.
Now I walk in again. Harold, what have you done?
As you do that, it's an intense feeling. How often does Veda actually drink blood?
Ooh, probably. I mean, she's bitten.
Considering she sustains off of dreams and vibes.
Yeah. So she had like the bite that she drank it to replenish her health, like in that big fight at Scrungle's new place.
The great bite of 84.
Yeah. But probably like once when she was 16, just to see. Years ago. It's been years.
Okay. The iron that is in this blood is so thick. You immediately fall into a coughing fit. Even from this tiny, 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 tiny bit.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You feel it in your
Don't worry about me.
sinuses. And then it begins to burn.
Do you have some water, maybe? Just a little bit. Thank you.
Her face, Harold, is beet red. And you can see...
Which is, like, it should be
Just a
pale.
typical state.
Well, yeah. But, like, you can see the veins actually, like, pulsing through her cheeks as it gets into her system. You can see, like, her eyes almost begin to, like, swell up at the reaction. Not a good one.
Perhaps
Not a
we
good
should
one.
have waited to do this until we had Wilhelm around.
I'm fine.
Or Copper.
It's already wearing off. It's fine. I'm fine.
Does it look like it's wearing off?
Tastes fine.
Take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah. Everything's fine. Just the fire was on fire. Oh, I already have.
I don't imagine you probably see Veda sweat very often. She's sweating.
Schwitzing.
She's
She's Jewish, okay.
Schwitzing. Not an ideal situation.
I might go have a lie down for a little bit, maybe.
I think that would be appropriate. Most appropriate.
Well, you take that, and she just hands the rest of the bullet back to the full shot glass. I wouldn't recommend tasting it. It's got a bit of a kick.
And Harold will like let her into either the guest room or his room or wherever the closest place is. I guess the closest place would be his.
Yep.
Given the location, and just
Taking a little cat nap, yeah.
Yeah. And leave the unseen servant to monitor.
Okay. Adelaide, Veda is going to pass out for a full rest.
Full rest, okay, yeah, all right.
We'll say that was yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, the fair play, yeah.
How much?
Okay, so no more exhaustion, which is nice.
As she goes to bed, Harold will just like, we'll dot.
Of course he will.
It tastes like a really terrible habanero, but beyond that, nothing.
How much like arcane knowledge is in Harold's library?
An extensive amount.
Like,
especially the third floor.
So, like, if I was gonna go and look up a spell that neither of us could cast,
You
maybe not that.
You can find a few of them. I imagine that there's probably specific schools that Harold is privy to, like abjuration.
let's say not to the degree that we could copy it into
I was
a
gonna say
scroll
level wise, or
maybe reference to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
So I would say, I think at some point, our post conversation in between Adelaide's Schwitz, Veda's Schwitz, I will also
one and the same.
Yeah, I will come in with a book, and I will say, Harold, what do you think of this? And I'll put it down in front of you.
What horrific spell are you showing me?
Wish.
I mean, And I like to think that the book you found that in is fiction.
Yep.
Sure.
Like it's like a short story. It's like a short book of all the various different wishes.
A little
The
pop-up
Blue Fairy.
I want to be a real boy.
The Blue Fairy. Let your conscience be your guide. Anyway, I think Harold looks at it and just kind of gives Wilhelm like a questioning look, like, I mean, theoretically, that kind of magic is possible, but it's only things we ever hear about in stories. Like this one.
Yes.
I have a small fiction section, Wilhelm, and you found it.
Well, it required a outside the box sort of thinking, and you can call it inspired by. Well, let's just say we are now aware that all of this is a story, is it not?
I'm still trying to figure out whether events are being recorded or written.
I'm just again, if we could figure this out and somehow incorporate it, I think it was a thought. I hadn't taken the conjuration aspect, right? Which seems, but it could work.
There must be something known, something already available that could help, or at least get us started.
To remove a, or to take the power of a divine being.
Fair point.
From a history perspective, like I guess Chuck, from a history perspective, like what am I thinking of? The spell plague. Anything like that in history that we'd be aware of, where somebody has attempted it.
Roll a history check.
With
I'm gonna help
with my sage background.
This is not a situation where you're doing the actual digging, and if he's helping, then you get advantage already. But if he beats the 15, you get it.
So
I literally have to roll a nat 1 not to get it.
It's 22.
Okay. 22 plus 4.
I did not get a nat 1, by the way.
So that's 26.
My proficiency's plus 5. Or sorry, proficiency's plus 4. I'm thinking intelligence.
So yes, in waves. But it's been lightly recorded. There's no real, honest, full recording of anything like the spell plague. Everything that happened at any of those times, there's like ages, right? You know, the very first age, there were there's the legend of things happening where magic just either went absolutely buck wild and just fucking,
but nothing
like,
that
exploded.
nothing that's like specifically like, oh, Karsus tried to cast an 11th level spell and steal.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, everything before this point, no.
Okay, so anything that would even look like what we're looking for would probably be something that is described as crazy magic and not described as a spell.
So JD, we've talked about this a little bit, and this is more of a religion thing. But there have been aspects of, and this is part of what I've brought in from my homebrew world for those of you who played in it. There is an aspect to the Pantheon where basically there are those individual domains like death, knowledge, that sort of thing. Every single Pantheon across these various different religions exist. However, there is an individual person that handles each individual domain. And and some of them have been removed in history and replaced with someone else. That said, they were very intense rituals that took a lot of time to work to get to, and a lot of time to get to work and work around, to literally rewrite an entire domain of the natural order of life and death and everything beyond. It takes...
Yeah, it was like 9 wizards and 5 bards, and it still went tits up.
Hey, that one went okay. But in all seriousness, in the history of this particular situation, those rituals have been done by zealots who thought that they could take over those individual domains. So rewriting a reality in that way is not necessarily impossible, but it would take an immense amount of work, effort, and energy to do so.
Okay.
Almost as if we channeled such energy through a incredibly powerful magical being or artifact or combination thereof.
Great. I do know someone else we could speak to about it. I wonder if Pip and Copper like burgers.
Something tells me that we're going to ask, and at least one of them will have not known what we're talking about.
Okay. What were you guys working on? Is everything okay?
Veda found a material in her encounter at the hospital the other night. Or I don't know how long ago it was. We're all kind of time fucky right now.
Yeah, time's weird. You guys wound up with an extra week of downtime.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Wibbly wobbly downtime and stuff.
Fuck you, downtime. I've not recovered yet. And it would seem that these infiltrators came prepared for what they might face. It seemed that they had some sort of material specifically designed to hurt, people like Veda.
Like what?
They'd be vampires, not nurses.
And you figured out a way to counter this?
We're working on it. There's always the potential she could build up somewhat of a tolerance to it, although her first unsupervised attempt at that did not go well.
It's incredibly risky, and no way to guarantee it's even effective at the moment. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I hope it goes well.
There's also the potential of finding some sort of material or substance that could protect her from this material altogether.
Interesting. And you would have explained to me that it's that. What's the name of the substance that magical?
Quick Scarlet.
Yeah.
Love. It's love. That's the magic.
No, I hate that shit.
The power of friendship.
One more thing. If you are going to silly self-actualize, what does one do?
I'm sorry?
It's something the Blue Streak said to me.
Well, a long time ago, there was a professor at the university called Abraham Aslow or something like that. he spoke of a certain hierarchy you must achieve in order to, what as you called, self-actualize.
Do you have any of those works, a manuscript?
Man, if you want me to pull out the DSM-5 from my fucking apartment library right now, it's on my bookshelf.
Okay, yeah, it seems silly. I don't understand it myself, but great. So, I could do a couple things here, or if everybody wants, we can go to.
Take it away.
What are you gonna do? Take it away.
Can I have burgers?
I'm not gonna do burgers yet.
Okay.
Well, actually, I will. Actually, I'm gonna find where are Pip and Copper. Just making a box for it and get Scrunkles.
Probably.
Honestly,
was that whole conversation happening in the library, or is this after over the brownstone? Yeah.
They've put a tarp in the floor and filled it with water.
It would.
They made a house pool.
Epic game of the floor is lava. Trying to prepare for this fight with the red dragon.
In all seriousness, it was probably while you guys were helping Scrungle move. So there's potential for a box fort.
We just now made it back. Like, wow, that was a lot of work. We didn't see you guys at all. You guys must have been busy over here.
Yeah.
I helped out quite a bit. I mean, I was up and down. You kept racing past me, riding on a bear.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be helpful. I don't know if it was, but
it looked great.
Thank you.
Hey, do you guys like burgers?
Yeah. Never had a whole one.
I got
it's usually you only get like 2 or 3 bites from the trash outside the store.
Yeah, and it's cold and the bun gets really hard. So I like the idea of them. I've just never had a good one,
Theoretically, I like burgers.
I think I've got a friend. I think you should meet.
Okay.
They're burgers.
And I guess I have a stone.
Can I shower first?
Yeah, of course.
That's not a bad idea.
Are we in a hurry? I mean, it's kind of late. Are they late?
We can also go tomorrow. It's not a race.
I mean, I could just rinse us off real quick if we just need to go, or we can shower.
I haven't even reached out to them yet. I don't know if they're even available this evening, but I can try.
Is there a shower in this building that we're in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when we get back to Harold's,
yeah.
There's one in the Scrungle house too.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay. Well, I'll be quick, so I'll shower while you sort that out.
Okay, yeah, you go first real quick.
I'll be quick.
Yeah.
It's like a body rinse at best.
Who are we getting a hold of, JD?
Paul Wahlberg.
JD. Don't remember the character's name.
We're going to Wahlburgers.
We're going to Wahlburgers. It's Paul Wahlberg.
I
kicked his ass in a cooking competition once.
I believe it.
Real facts.
They were just
Disney.
okay burgers. They were okay burgers.
But the gnome
At
artificer from the Temple of Helm.
Oh, you never got his name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, who the hell are you talking about? Great. So, feel free to send that message.
Hey, you. It's Wilhelm, Vice Cruz. Remember, I beat your robot up the other day. Hopefully, they're doing okay now. You mentioned wanting to grab a bite. I happen to be with a couple of my friends. I think you would like to meet. If you're available.
About 25.
The voice comes through garbled, like it's going through a like a voice changer. Like they're actively fucking with the sending spell coming back.
Mm-hmm.
As it kind of goes like, yeah, I am definitely available within the next couple of hours.
Great. Is there a particular place you like to go?
Not in particular.
Alright.
Chuck has never actually seen a voice changer before.
Nope.
Yeah.
Meet me at Harry's on 22nd.
Harry's on 22nd. Okay. You don't get a response to that one.
Be careful, that's where all the mob activity is. Because I know the real life place he's talking about.
So, before we do that, too, once these two are ready, Pip, I do have a Pip and Kasmar. We have another quick stop to make before we go to dinner. Yes, that Eric Coker, Jess. Yes.
Yeah, we can find out where she lives.
Yeah. Yeah, Pip wanted to go there, and I thought it would be weird for us to just show up.
Yeah, so let's just show up.
I mean, like we okay. Yeah, this is a normal thing that everyone does. Okay.
Yeah, Copper, where are
show
they?
Up to the house of someone who's not expecting
where are they
us.
right
That'll
now?
be great.
Yeah.
Well, I told her to expect us. Now she's expecting us. We said we'd stop by.
Yeah. Okay.
I've definitely had time to procure some white phosphorus.
We just have a few questions for her, and don't worry, no one ever expects the Inquisition.
Okay.
We'll say that part of you found some in Scrungle's stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
You need me to find her? I'm guessing.
I mean, if you're available, I don't want to pry.
I mean, like, I'm pretty booked up, but like, I guess for you. And I'll cast locate creature.
How far is locate creature?
To try and look for her. That's 1,000 feet. Yeah. So we might have to go for a walk.
Yeah, we'll start at the hospital and work our way around.
Oh, you're gonna start at the hospital?
Yeah.
I mean, it's unlikely that they live near Scrungles.
All right, cool. So you all, get up, get all done up in your gear and ready to go. And go down to the
right
hospital.
then is when Chuck decided that he was going to make this person live right next to Scrungles.
No.
Everybody go. Is it just us?
Yeah, it's a good little training exercise.
Okay.
I didn't bring my notebook. Just so you know.
Okay, so a typical block, according to the internet, is roughly 300 feet long. So you have roughly
mine.
Solid 9-foot fucking block radius in total, right? Or circumference.
Yeah, we have essentially a little over 3 block radius around us that we can search.
Yeah, so 6, 7.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
It's great. That's good length.
As soon as you pop that off and you kind of like get that scent in again, you can see those little spores kind of lighting the way in that grayscale light. Kind of a southwest direction from the hospital. And as you
hot trail.
As you begin kind of like following along, Pip helps along, kind of like noticing, hey, there's an alley that actually, if we're going in that direction, this alleyway would actually make it easier to get to if we want to get there a little bit quicker, and kind of like bounce through a few different alleys, finding different shortcuts. cut through a couple of different buildings, and the entire time it's almost a straight shot. Roughly what would have been about a 30-minute walk from the hospital, cut down to 15, you find yourselves standing on a street full of very nice townhomes. All of them with very small, like picket fenced off yards out front. Some of them decorated with lawn chairs. Some of them, with very gray lawn ornaments, so on and so forth. But it leads you straight to one that has an empty space out front. Not even the front gate has been put up. There's no fence that kind of goes to this this townhome. It's 3 stories tall, but here you are. Nice big bay window on the left side of the building next to the front door.
Great work, Kappa. Just a splendid job. Did you what's the address?
You have the address.
Yeah. I'm asking as a person with no notebook. Yeah. How are you going to remember? What if we need to find Jess again?
I'll just come back here. I know the way now.
I know, but what if you had to send Harold a message and you did now?
I mean, I could meet him at the hospital. It was, only a 15-minute walk. So
saying all this workarounds just because we didn't want to take a moment to write it down.
It's really easy to remember. It's just 9 on 9th Street.
Pip,
I have some working memory.
Anyways, I will walk up to the door and knock or ring a bell or whatever.
There's a nice small knocker underneath the peephole that you just kind of tap a few times. You wait before you hear the locks kind of unlocking for a second, and then you swear you hear one of them lock back before you hear muffled through the door. Hello? Can I ask what you're doing here?
Hey!
Yes. Yes, hello, Jess.
I told you to leave it in my mailbox if you were wanting me to do something.
We are not your food delivery order. We are it's Wilhelm Weisskreuz with
yes, I recognize you. I don't want you to come in at the moment. I'm not decent.
Oh, okay. I had an inquiry.
Veda, you recognize the voice. You've met this Jessie Porter before. You've worked with her in a few different places.
Yeah, no, we had an inquiry. A friend of ours, you remember Veda Bennett, we spoke about, in her defense of the individual that was attempting to be kidnapped, she discovered a material that was part dragon blood, part quick scarlet.
We can wait, and then we can come inside.
I can make a persuasion check.
Yes, please.
It's a 15.
It's a solid 15. With a 15, through the door, everybody but Pip make a perception check, please. Every time I look, it's hilarious.
It's not great.
23.
It's not bad either. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's another 15.
15, okay. Beta, Harold. Perception checks, please.
Are we there?
I didn't think I was there.
Oh,
I didn't
I
you guys were all going to get burgers.
I didn't think they were there.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was Willem and
for some reason I thought all of you were there.
No, it's just me and that.
Wilhelm and the Street Rats.
Yeah, especially because it's the same day. She's resting. She's out.
You're right. I was so
like, okay, I can
percept,
percept, but like.
No. Okay, cool. So both of
My
you
spidey
hear kind of
senses
like
are tingling. I don't know
you
what's
can
going
hear
on.
kind of a grumbling behind the door for a minute before you hear like footsteps moving away.
Not Jesse's.
No, definitely Jesse's.
Okay.
Okay, so option B is we blow the door down.
I don't think that's how you make friends.
I can just open it anytime you want. I can also any of these windows. I can get those too if you want.
As you're saying that, the door, you hear the door unlock as you hear her step back up. As she opens up the door and swings it open, that grayscale light kind of like coming in. She's in a black cotton robe and looks in either direction.
I brought you this.
I'm in, I guess.
Here you go. This is for you.
Please.
It's a hospital mint.
Thank you. She puts it in her robe pocket.
Miss Porter, I did not want to be incredibly.
Please come in.
It's a matter of some emergency because again, if I'm curious to know this particular bullet that was used.
Yes.
Are you familiar with it?
I'm aware of what they are.
And you understand the purpose?
I do.
Okay.
You can do that with any kind of blood.
Right, so how would you counteract it? Short of something silly like microdosing.
What kind of idiot would microdose?
Right? Very funny. I open up all sorts of stuff tonight.
Hey, well. Downtime.
True.
Wilhelm, make a charisma saving throw.
She kind of stops for a second. She just goes, "It's not really my expertise. I usually handle mostly oils and occasional other gear. I don't make bullets, firearms, that sort of thing." I am not. I won't say I am 100% positive, though. You might try something along the lines of just a basic healing may help. We've gone out of our way to just shake people awake, but sometimes it takes some time. It's more on the actual constitution of the person that has been hit more than anything else. If you can find a way to enhance that, you might be able to wear it off a bit faster. Otherwise, I can point you towards someone who might make these.
That would be wonderful. That was my exact next question.
Though I don't personally trust him very much. He's very cantankerous, and reclusive is a good word for him.
I don't typically trust anyone that specializes in making weapons.
Watch it be Scrumble.
His name's McCandless.
McCandless.
He has his, and she, turns around for a second, kind of ties her robe up tight, pulls out a small notepad, and writes down an address that's near the. It's actually not far from your tattooer friend. Maybe about a block and a half away. Out towards the dump.
Yeah, I know the area. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry to interrupt you so late. You don't like burgers, do you?
I'm partial to seeds. I will likely just pick the sesame seeds off.
Prefer a chicken sandwich.
That's fine. Great.
Are you? What? Are you gonna bring me a book? Are you bringing me dinner?
No, we are going to get dinner, and I feel badly about interrupting your evening.
It's fine.
But you're welcome to come, I guess, if you wanted to.
No, I would not like to. Thank you. I have my programs calling me, and I have already poured my wine. So.
Should I leave the white phosphorus now or come back?
I told you to leave it in the box. In my mailbox outside. I'll get it. I'm ready for it.
Okay. But how do I know how much money to leave? I'm just gonna put it here. Go to the coffee table.
Okay, so to be clear, you walked into a small hallway that leads up to a set of stairs that kind of wraps back up around to that second floor. There's a small table off to the side and then a coat rack. You can see like another small umbrella holder full of a variety of different canes and umbrellas. Okay. And there's a door off to your left that goes into what you would assume is like a lounge area or a den of sorts. And then another door that you would assume goes to some semblance of a kitchen. Are you going into the lounge?
Is the door open?
No.
Oh, okay. What's on the small table next to us?
She has that small notepad and like some mails kind of strung off on this on it a little bit, but.
Okay, I'll just like take my arm and like scoot everything over a little bit. Then I will put like the bag of white phosphorus down. And then, she's obviously in a bad mood, so I'll put a silver coin down. And then on top of the silver coin, I will put one of Madoff's originals on top.
So that's for you.
We can get out of your hair now. I'm sorry about this.
Have a good night. You have my room. Just let me know when it's done.
What were you going for?
Thank you for your time.
You were wanting the choking cinder bomb, or were you wanting something else?
Whatever you can do with that.
There's a lot I can do with that.
Pick your favorite.
All right. Very well.
Perhaps something that could be effective against like a dragon.
If you have that, that'd be great.
Hypothetically.
What does that even mean?
Would not be against anything that would give a dragon a bad day. Yep.
Well, you see, hypothetically...
I don't ask questions. Carry on. Whenever I get a hold of you, you never heard of me.
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Shoo. I'd like to get to my programs now.
Yeah, bye-bye. Let's go.
What's a program?
My soaps are on. Thank you.
La telenovela.
She listens to the radio.
And then to keep this train running, we're gonna head over to Harry's.
Is everybody meeting you at Harry's, or is it just the three of you?
I'll go to Harry's.
On the way to Harry's.
Yeah, you can wake up.
Yeah, Veda and Harold.
It could be part of your long rest. It's fine. You have to eat.
Could I have gone to either? No, I mean I would have gone to Tome of Annihilation if I could have beforehand. Okay. I'm looking for one of two things with our large amount of money. I'm looking for either an Amulet of Health or what would be immensely more funny, it's a Belt of Dwarven Kind.
Oh, he's got both. Now then, the problem that I'm foreseeing is that your account hasn't been completely finished yet, as it has to go through the various different channels at the actual banks themselves from Madoff, not just through Madoff, because there has to be some semblance of shaking around of account information between the two.
I miss the old days when you used to just carry the gold around with you.
Yeah, how long does that take?
In a single
you said
bag.
we had like an extra week.
You've been to the bank.
It was pretty quick.
For yours.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of money are we talking that I need to?
Harold's
Be able
that
to pony
desperate
up.
for a beard. Just go see like a plastic surgeon.
Justin might be.
Let's see. An annual health is.
Well, it's getting to be winter, so I thought I'd try and grow it out a bit.
Oh my god, I wish the belt of dwarven kind was a thing. That'd be
Can
so
you imagine
great.
bearded Zaddy Harold?
Oh my god.
So weird. So weird.
I'm sorry. Did you say bearded Zaddy?
Yeah, Zaddy. Yeah.
Somebody referred to me as a zaddy once. This is not even a joke. This is in real life, and I still to this day I don't know what they meant.
Zaddy. You got a little silver fox thing going on. I can see it.
Yeah, you gotta give it good time.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
now that you're in your
old.
60s, I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so to answer your question, the Belt of Dwarven Kind and the Amulet of Health are going to both run you about 6,000 gold pieces piece.
Okay, I'm not looking for them for me, so it'll have to wait until I can.
Oh, he's gonna give it to Wilhelm so he can get a beard.
No, I'm gonna give it to fucking Veda so she can race her con.
Veda with a beard would be so fucking funny. Oh my god.
But I'm sure as shit not gonna tell her what else it does. Just it will make it harder for the poison to affect you.
I think she would be thrilled. I think she would find it so much fun.
In that realm of things.
Oh, also, you're going to have to shave a bit more often.
That's very rude. That's very unkind of you.
I will say that in like once it becomes a long-term effect on Veda's system, it would be considered a disease. So if you can find a way to like remove disease or kind of,
I can do that myself now.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, okay.
But the problem is you'd be unconscious, so you'd have to find a way to.
That's true.
Is the immediate effect poison or disease?
The immediate effect is considered a poison that turns into a disease.
Okay. Well, that's why we're looking at this Belt of Dwarven Kind here, because it checks all the boxes and makes me giggle. There's not a single. Don't even try it, Chuck. There's not a single other item that does as much as the Belt of Dwarven Kind does, and also has the added benefit of giving Veda a beard.
I can end a disease and a poison. So theoretically, if I took it and then immediately cured myself, would that microdosing effect still hold, or does it reset if I don't kind of?
You guys got a high enough check that it wouldn't reset it. It would just not allow that microdosing to actually take effect.
Okay.
From that particular dose.
Okay.
So if you were to hit it, quit it, let it burn through your system, hit it, quit it, cure it, that second time wouldn't lean towards your immunity of the situation.
Okay. So it's only if I nat one fail.
Well, you don't know. That one you don't know.
Well, I mean, like we would only need to use it if I am down for the count.
Well, if you're down for the count, who's going to do it? If you're the one that's supposed to be able to do it.
Well, I mean, I was.
Because you have to actively remove it from your system.
Let me ask you another question.
But I was awake. Wait, okay, so I guess I'm confused. Oh,
so the first one is a point of point of exhaustion, right? You don't know what the second effect would be in combat when the time comes.
Like if I get shot with it. Okay.
Yes. That was your first taste of this shit.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking like when I thought we were talking about if I'm microdosing it, like a way to prevent it. And I'm like, well, I was awake, so like I could.
Yeah, no, if you're doing it while you're trying to do that, it would double your time to become immune to it, essentially.
Is in this particular terminology and with in this phrasing, would it constitute as food or drink?
I'm gonna say no.
It's like a protein shake.
I mean, it's food for Veda specifically.
It is neither. It is not. She doesn't drink blood.
But some people do.
It's a pudding.
She can.
It is not a pudding. It's blood.
Chuck describes everything as a pudding. It's a pudding.
I'm about to eat a bloody ass burger too. Guess I can't purify that either. Good to know.
You can.
There's no blood in your burger.
Anyway,
it's a different compound altogether.
All of you are going to Harry's on 22nd. What's the plan?
Yes.
What's the plan?
I don't think I knew that the other. I think I probably mentioned it to Harold, and I'm a little surprised when Veda shows up.
Veda was just going on her own and just sees us there all together. Like,
You should invite me.
What do y'all?
Is this a boys' night out? It's fine. I can always go home. It's fine.
No, it was not. I didn't see you at the house. I think Harold said you were lying down. I didn't know.
Oh yes. Well, I'm taking the blood, but I'm feeling all right now. I should be right as rain tomorrow.
It's great.
Thank you, Faulty.
Anyways, what are you guys getting?
It's a burger shop.
I would like a veggie burger, large fries, extra salted, extra pickle, mayonnaise on the side.
I think I'm gonna try that shrimp burger. That sounds pretty cool.
I don't know why that sounds so unappealing.
The idea of ground shrimp just never sounds great. It's already fucking small enough. You don't need to make it smaller.
Carry on.
I don't want to.
I've never had one before, so I think I'll get like everything on it. It should be delicious, right?
Go nuts. Yeah.
Poor Adelaide.
I don't know why it's making me disgusting.
I just didn't register that it would be like ground shrimp.
Yeah, I imagine it's ground. Well, the one time I've seen it, it's ground shrimp and then it's fried to make it like a patty.
Where did you see this?
The fact that you're drawing on real life is insane to me.
Yeah, I need you to drop that.
I've never had it. I literally.
I'm shutting down that restaurant tomorrow.
Don't worry, Carl. It's already on the list.
Amazing. Stupid.
I want to make it very clear that Gordon the Ram does not work at that restaurant.
He works at Harry's.
No, of course not. No, he doesn't. He works at Hobbs Nom-Noms.
So
the worst name for a restaurant.
And apparently it's nice too. Copper is going to find the burger that is simultaneously the weirdest and the biggest. So I'm imagining something with like 2 patties, peanut butter, bacon, that kind of.
It's the Elvis Presley.
Yeah. A pineapple ring.
Banana.
The patties themselves are supposed to be made of Displacer Beast.
Ooh.
Sweet dreams are made of.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Harold?
Oh, I mean, Harold's gonna get like whatever the like most annoyingly fancy thing is,
like a Cobb salad.
Oh god, yeah, with like just or no, there's a burger that's made with like it's made with some exotic meat, and then there's like on top of it there's cold water lobster butter poached on the top with some hollandaise.
Jeez.
Where's my foie gras?
You don't put foie gras with your fucking lobster. That's just you're asking for trouble.
Fuck this Wilhelm get.
Charles has lost his mind.
Charles asked the question, and he is facing the consequences.
And I love how he was complaining about how plot doesn't get pushed forward.
Oh yeah, I think
and yet he's making us put in burger orders.
Our characters' fantasy burger orders. It's great.
I think Wilhelm's.
I didn't start this.
And the burger I ordered, by the way, can be found at the Grand Floridian Cafe in Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. I made probably 10,000 of them in the course of 2 years.
Wow.
I think mine would also be a vegetarian.
Oh,
Great.
and some
You get your
O-rings
burgers.
on the side.
One of us.
You get burgers. It's all great. It's all wonderful. It's everything you imagine it would be as you sit at your booth. With, that red
Copper's
leather.
gonna take
It's kind
one
of rude to
bite.
just order all these without the other guy showing up yet. So I think we're kind of I'm waiting for the other guy. Like, hey, I invited you to dinner, and then we just were already eating.
And Max just sitting there like, can I get a pizza? You know what? Matter of fact, make that 3 pizzas.
No, he'd want a butter steak burger. That's what he'd want right there. He'd want a butter steak burger. No. So actually,
Are you kidding? Wait, Matt,
guys-
Trevor's the one from California. He's the one getting the animal
In-N-Out?
style fries.
Disgusting.
He goes
Gross.
into Harry's and orders a double with animal fries.
Oh, God.
You actually wind up waiting long enough that the scent of the grills in this place get to you. You wait long enough that you begin to wonder if this guy is going to show up at all before a tall, kind of like almost sickly green skinned elven man walks up to the table, and he's got like this nice suit on. You can hear his voice from about his belly button as you hear him just say, "Hey guys, I didn't know you were bringing friends, Wilhelm."
I said it in the message.
It didn't really register in my head that you were bringing friends.
Yeah, there was we had a weird connection. Your voice was doing a kind of an odd thing.
Mm-hmm. That's on purpose.
Anyways, he saw my friends. He saw the rest of the Weatherford Hole investigative team.
The figure waves.
I saved you a seat. It's the one next to me and across from Wilhelm.
What is this contraption, though?
Oh, it's no contraption. It's just you don't see it, but Harold does just offhand. Actually, no, I think Harold and specifically Wilhelm would notice that like the gnomish figure inside of this illusion turns its head like over its shoulders, looking on either direction before kind of like hopping up. I don't want to be seen. Sorry.
It's okay. Sometimes I wouldn't want to be seen with us either.
The illusion looks down at Pip.
Can
and
we
just goes,
order?
You already did.
So what did you want to eat? You said you like burgers, yeah?
I do. Typically, I just get, like a double of cheese. I don't go very fancy because I don't need it. It's bad on my figure.
Right. It's a great way to live your life.
Thank you.
For the rest of you, this is my mysterious friend, who is a acolyte, perhaps.
As you say that, there's a commotion at the door. As you can see, this poorly disguised knight, like full set of plate, like just kind of shambling its way in. You can see like a big fake mustache on it, and you can see it's got a bit of a hat on top. I didn't want you to come in before it just kind of and comes up to the table and kind of like leans an arm, doing its best to look inconspicuous. I wanted you to wait at the door.
How does it look? Is it still like? Is it completely repaired or?
The armor itself looks completely repaired. If you would like to make an investigation check, you may.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, it looks completely repaired then.
Hello, new friend. This is a private meal.
No, that would be. That with me.
He's mine. Yeah.
Oh, this is your partner?
You could say that, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Looks very uncomfortable.
This is Pip. That's the one I when I said I knocked the head off that robot. This one that I do.
He doesn't.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay.
So, what's on the docket for the conversation tonight?
You had mentioned that you wanted to go out sometime, and you didn't have very many friends. These are my friends, and I thought if you're a friend of mine, you could be a friend of theirs.
I wasn't expecting, Fair enough, I guess.
Thank you for not killing him.
Doesn't really say anything. He just snickers a couple times. It's not my choice. But he came in. It's not like it was my. He didn't have to come in.
So yeah. So I don't know how to explain what it is that you do.
We'll start. I'm Pip. I'm a detective. I investigate things. We like to do jobs around Kasmar, so if anything ever goes missing, call on us.
Thanks, Pip. Pleasure to meet you, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm Copper. This is Gertz. I also am an investigator now, I guess. But that's new.
And the illusion drops as you can see like this small gnomish figure with kind of like wispy hair over the top and full on like plate armor from the top from the neck down, just kind of like lean across the table. He's standing next to you, Pip, as he just leans across the table, cocks his head at you, Wilhelm, as you can see those like bright, like almost azure eyes just go, I didn't know you were gonna bring a bunch of fuzz. Why?
Oh, we're not police. We're not police. We're private investigators.
Same fucking difference to me.
Actually, there's a very large difference. Most of those are poodles. Do you see any poodles here?
It's very specific. There are all sorts of were creatures on the force. Oh, you could just be very specifically unweared out at the time.
We are. I believe you'll find the term is worn out.
Yes, it is true that we often find ourselves working in tandem with the police department, but we work outside of the confines and constraints. We are a little more
flexible.
Yes.
Totally ambiguous.
Also, I kind of hate the cops, so, do I look like someone who would be a cop?
Despite the name.
A trick question.
No.
And if
Genuinely,
we were,
I look?
Yeah. Anybody could be a cop.
But if we were cops, we would have to tell you.
That's not true.
It's not true.
Right?
not true.
It's how I start all my conversations.
But I trust them. So if you want to be a friend of mine, you're going to have to be friends with them.
Make a persuasion check, please, Wilhelm.
That's how I make friends. Ultimatums.
We actually are quite friendly.
If you want to be my lover,
you gotta get with my friends.
Wilhelm is getting around.
Don't want to think about the implications of that for Veda. Don't.
That is an 11. Not my best.
Fine, for now. The lot of you can just call me Saint. Alright, just call me the Saint.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
So
if it helps, we don't know why we're here either. We just gave burgers.
Yeah, no, I met Saint a while back when I was going to the library, and I before things got bad, and he is a paladin of Helm.
Cool.
Oh, I heard your number. Let me go get your burger real quick.
I don't understand. I don't understand the secrecy.
I don't trust anyone, let alone you all.
But why?
Here you go.
Thank you. And he kind of like begins to unwrap it and looks at it for a second, looks at all of you. I'm sorry for what you're about to witness, and just proceeds to just ravenously eat and like tear into it.
That's how I start all my conversations as well.
I feel like we're all very used to it because Pip, I feel like, eats like that.
I love how it's always
like
Pip with you, Adelaide. It's always Pip. It's never anybody else.
No, I feel like Pip is the one that's just like. It's like the beast.
It is usually very excitedly, yes.
I don't eat out very often, so.
Obviously, you trust us quite a bit. You ate the food I just gave you.
That's very true. He is poisoned.
You didn't see anything I put on that.
I also can't be poisoned. I'm also, immune to disease.
Oh,
that's fine.
That's very convenient.
You immune to
you must have been
truth
vaccinated.
serum?
Yeah.
So Saints,
poison?
No.
Why exactly?
It's an elixir.
I like you.
See, I knew you would. That's why I did this. Legitimately, I knew I was like, Pip and this guy are gonna get along great. I could just feel it in my bones. But, no, for me, I have other questions. But if you are apprehensive, or if I feel that I am prying, I did have some stuff I wanted to talk to you about. But if you're uncomfortable talking about it in this kind of setting, I was not aware.
I would be good for just ask your questions. I'll tell you which ones I can and will not answer.
Well, again, it was going to be a little more casual than that, but sure. So you're, I am not. So are you like me? Your friend, the other friend I met that day. Do they have a name?
No. He does. He's just known as Lawson. So.
My
least
friends,
that's what he lets me call him. So.
My friend Lawson is a
Careful.
Think like a kobold to Regani's dragon. If that makes sense. Yeah, if you track. Or maybe a wyvern
He's
or
the
a
kobold
drake.
to Regani's dragon. That's what Willem said.
Calling him an ASMR?
No, I'm saying if there were levels or tiers, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah. Lawson worships Regani. I got
no,
you.
No.
Yes.
Different
I've got a
Kill
knife.
him now.
different deities, but different level of responsibility.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Do you know Regani as well?
I've heard of him in books, stories. Why?
I was just curious if you had...
Wait. Are you? Are you? And he like looks at you, Wilhelm, and he kind of like crawls up onto the table a little bit, almost to the point where he like he reaches out. Are you gonna let him touch you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
He grabs a hold of your chin and just kind of like turns your head side to side. What? Huh.
I have like half a bite of veggie burger in my mouth.
It's complicated.
I'd say so. I mean, I knew that.
Thanks.
I knew that you were.
I'm
Dawnfather and all that, but at the same time, like, you know. Huh. Well, that's just interesting.
Well, it is, and in a way, Anyways, Lawson had quite a bit of
Why were you
information.
there? Why did you come in?
I don't know. I just heard a singing, a tone.
Sure.
And as you can see, I'm an investigator by nature, so.
Right.
And it is hard to not appreciate the ritual. You know, to see a temple that is.
Yeah.
In its base form, I guess there's something divine about it. Yes.
Sure.
And it was a beautiful temple.
It is. It is.
But I don't know. I think Lawson somehow summoned me there.
Yeah, he does that.
Right.
Huh. What do you want?
What do you mean?
What are you looking for?
Right now?
He wouldn't have called you in had you not been searching for something.
It's a big question.
That's why I'm asking it.
Yeah. I guess Regani has put many people in danger.
I can imagine so. I can imagine that being true. And, you know, as a result, so have you, right?
Correct.
Figures.
Just recently, rather catastrophically.
So how many of you are there?
At Weatherford Hole?
No. You.
Oh, I'm not certain. I lived my entire life believing I was the only one, but now we have encountered at least two more.
That's impossible.
That's what I thought as well.
What do you mean, more than one of you?
Vessels. Remember, though, we fought the one that's to come in, yeah.
Yes. Regani on my porch. Was that Regani or was that a vessel? Do you remember that?
And when what?
When Regani came to like my new house.
Oh, that was him physically.
That was him physically. Okay.
It's the first time you've ever actually seen him physically there.
That's right. Yeah, because I only.
He was only ever fire.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? Okay. I saw another. And she'll describe what she saw. I think she just assumes that was another vessel because she doesn't know what he looks like.
It is a perfect description of what you've seen JD up on the rooftop before you got stabbed.
Yeah, I've seen him many times. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
Specifically in the way that he was dressed and kind of like his general. Yeah.
Wait, you didn't mention this before, but.
I didn't want to bother anyone. What do you mean?
I
bought a new. Well, I
didn't want to bother anyone.
Well, I kind of threatened him, so.
So you didn't bring it up and you threatened him. That feels a little worse.
You know, I think this is a little over my pay grade here, Wilhelm, buddy, so I'm gonna get out of here.
No, you don't have to leave, alright? We can just change the conversation.
I watch. I don't. This is...
Are you gonna eat your fries?
You know.
Thanks.
Can I have one?
Yeah, we can share them.
Yes!
Yeah.
Well, after everything, I had found a new apartment to live, and when I showed up there, he happened to know where it was. That's why I've been staying with Mac. It seemed safest. What with everything.
Ouch.
I had forgotten entirely.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
So,
snacks.
What is the tablecloth situation like?
There's no tablecloth on these. It's just like wooden tops that have been that have like an epoxy on top.
Cool. I think wherever Wilhelm's hand is on the table, the epoxy is melting.
I mean, he tried to threaten me. He didn't fight me, but I told him where to stick it, essentially.
Oh yeah.
You mean the thing that took over Wilhelm, and you thought the best course of action was to tell him to stick it?
I mean, I was scared. I shaking like a leaf at the end of it. But
does this happen to anyone else? Yes. Has Regani appeared to any of you?
No.
I don't understand.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm small enough not to warrant any attention.
No? Not unless he's taken one of your forms to speak to me and not made it clear. I don't really see
I don't
else.
understand what he wants with you, Vader. Is it something to do with your mother? Was your mother involved with something?
Let me look exactly what happened.
Do you really not see it, Wilhelm? I can think of a very good reason for Regani to go after Vader.
Listen, Harold, I'm all ears.
To punish you.
That's kind of, yeah.
Well, I thought
beet red. She is beet red. She's beet
I
red
thought it was
again.
because she's like partially undead.
Well, I mean, that's again. That's right, Pip. Correct.
Well,
but
yes, but there are plenty of partially undead people in the city that Regani is not concerning his time with.
Yes,
we don't know what he's doing.
The only common denominator here is Wilhelm.
Well, if it was to get to Wilhelm, Regani would obviously come after me, or or Harold.
That's a great line. Well, he actually he came to me because of you. He seemed to imply that he wanted you. Not sexually. I mean, just.
And I think this is a good place to have our break.
Actually, and break.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for Sinner Stream so far. Make sure to spend your elf eggs to get into that dice entry. Be back in roughly 10.
Perfect.
Nice.
Come on. Hello.
Yeah, you and everyone else. It was a sock.
So
now we're live.
Welcome back. Make sure you get your elf eggs in as we talk about
we go live on
unrequited
sexual
love
awakenings and tube
here.
socks. What?
Feel free to carry on your conversation from where we left off. I just needed to know.
Oh God, where did we finish it? Yeah, he seemed to imply that he was after you.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, clearly, I'm already I don't know what that means.
You really think that Regani hasn't picked up on anything about what's important to you, Wilhelm?
I don't know, and I think probably at least the next table over, there's customers complaining I ordered this burger medium rare. And the waiter's confused because they're oh, it was definitely medium rare a minute ago.
In the meantime, Pip has been putting fries just closer to Wilhelm. and then after 30 minutes or so, we'll reach back over.
Not even just 5 seconds. It's immediately crispier.
Yeah.
The part of Blitzkrieg Bop starts playing where it's radiating steam heat.
Oh, that's a good song. That's a good jam. Oh.
You two are two of the most brilliant people I know, and yet, I'm the socially inept one. That's my job. That's why I'm here, to be smart and socially inept. And yet, oh dear.
I had no idea that you were being targeted directly.
Oh, it's fine. He didn't hurt me.
It is not fine.
I almost hit him with a frying pan, actually.
That's impressive.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Did you really almost Rapunzel his ass?
Well, I don't know what that story is, but I saw a figure in the balcony, and so I thought it was an intruder. I didn't realize it was him. In retrospect, I absolutely should have.
When you meet an angel, you kind of know about it. But that's just my experience.
Well, because you know one as well, yes. Lawson is Wilhelm just immediately tries to change the subject.
Interesting, though. After,
We're waiting. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just observing.
Okay.
Okay, so ridiculousness aside, Regani has now targeted you and individuals you are associated with at the very least. And is just playing a game? Not for nothing. He could have ended any one of us together, let alone alone.
Hold on. It's just now kind of clicking for me. Your thing that you house is manifesting in Kasmar?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go. I'll be in touch. I have something I need to go handle.
Lawson is aware of this. You know that, yeah?
You know, he's aware of things that I am not aware of. He's a much better watcher than I am.
I thought you two were like a pair. I thought there was a...
Oh, I'm new to this. I've only been around for a few months.
Oh. What did you do before this?
I built machinery over in the industrial district.
We have a few friends that are active in that. Have you seen Gertrude?
Who?
Gertrude.
Oh, right, Gertz. Wait, why do you call her Gertz if her name is Gertrude? Wouldn't you call her Gertrude?
I mean, she calls herself Gertz. Or at least that's how she communicates. I call her Gertrude in polite company. But actually, Gertz is a good nickname.
I actually just think there's something wrong with her ability to make speech.
Well, she's a homunculus servant, so she's not even a she. She's a they.
I mean, I don't know. It's good. They have a bit of a personality. I'd be remiss to call it an it.
Any personality that's inside of Gert comes from its maker. Okay.
Yeah, and she's lovely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you know who made Gertz? Are you
No.
No, okay.
Why would I know who made Gertz?
I don't know how much you watch.
I watch all sorts of things, but I've been focused. Again, I'm new to this whole thing. Not perfect at it. So.
I mean, it's not an indictment of your character, Saint.
No. That's just an indictment to what I'm supposed to be doing.
No, I'm just curious about what it is that you are supposed to be doing.
Watching.
Certainly not watching the changing rooms on the security cameras.
No, that one's wrong.
What do you typically watch?
Happenings.
Anything interesting?
In regards to what? There's a lot of interesting things to watch.
Well, in particular, we are disappearances from the hospitals.
That's a regular occurrence. It's Kasmar.
Yeah, there was a recent attack on a child that we...
Right. I heard that on the radio.
Yeah, Miss Veda is the one who stopped that.
Oh, really?
Mm.
No wonder Regani's targeting her then. Huh?
What?
What does he have to do with that?
What does he have to do with what?
The taken away and whatnot. You seem to have implied that he has some interest in that.
If she's able to stop a bunch of attackers, right? She's able to stop an attack on people who are supposed to be kidnapping people. She's connected to you. I'd want her gone.
So he feels threatened. That's what you're saying.
Oh. Being threatened is kind of fluid depending on who you are. I doubt he feels threatened. But, whenever it comes to standard procedure and handling your opponents, first thing you gotta do is observe them. And then after that, take out the one that you either A, would value the most, or B, is the strongest, so...
But I'm very strong. That's very true. I'm quite strong.
Obviously, you stopped an attack on people who would be kidnapping.
Let's just be thankful he's got it wrong then.
Yeah, I think, Veda is a very kind person. She has a very large heart, and I think that is often misconstrued by people. So.
Sure.
People could jump to absurd conclusions.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's why you're melting your table here. Everybody's over here having a hard time keeping their burgers the way they want them, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Copper lifts up his hands, and it's just like strings of epoxy.
Right. Little mending, fix it up.
Say, but that's just my observation. He gives you a wink and kind of hops down from the seat. Finally, he turns back around and goes, "None of you met me." And he kicks the plate armor, who proceeds to just kind of like finally get up from that leaning pace, and you can see again those strings of epoxy kind of stretching off of on it before some kind of snap up to it.
Do you want to not meet again next week or something? We'll make a thing of it.
If you really want to, I'm not opposed.
Having a vatcha is incredibly useful in what it is that we do. Yeah, you know, you can watch, and we will help the people. Yeah.
I'm a finder, so it would be a good compliment.
Yeah, sure.
In case you guys are wondering why.
Pip's just a looker.
In case you guys are wondering why I beat his robot to death, it's just initial.
Hey. He was not as advanced as he is now. Thanks. Try again next week. See how it goes.
Oh, maybe I'll use these next time, and I'll just like slip those knuckles out and pull them.
Might help your knuckles a little bit, but still gonna whoop your ass. Especially considering I'll actually be fighting with him this time.
Oh well, doesn't Wilhelm get to bring a second?
No, this guy doesn't have a brain. He like ting 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 knocks on the helmet.
Wilhelm gets to bring Gertz.
I get to bring Mac.
This guy doesn't have a brain. Hey, neither does he.
Ask him about something magic or science.
And they acquiesce.
Yeah. Saint, it was a pleasure. Again, I look forward to it. And yes, I will fight. I will spar with you and your machination if required.
You will try. Good luck.
Anyways,
I feel
see?
like
Nice
he
guy.
didn't like me. And I don't think I liked him.
He was very interesting. He had lots of interesting things to say.
It is very rare to come across anyone in Kasmar who bears any connection to a divine source anymore. So it was particularly intriguing to me. And to be honest, he seemed a little... honestly, he seemed like he'd fit right in.
Quite the character.
How was your food?
Great. Did you get what you needed from him?
Me? I didn't need anything from him.
Oh, okay. Cute.
Like I said, I just thought he was, he seemed alone.
That's fair, yeah. It was delicious.
Yeah, I've never had one that hot before. Like, they're so much better fresh. Like,
I don't think I'm gonna be grabbing them out of the trash cans anytime soon.
I mean, like, in a pinch, I'm not above anything, but like, this is great. So
yeah, I mean, like,
thank you.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
You can catch a lot of diseases from the trash cans.
I haven't yet.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Feel right as rain. Look, sleepy. Feel right as rain.
That's exactly how that kind of stuff works. I really, I think next time we all do need to do a round as a hospital with Veda. She can take us through the different wards, and we can see people that are suffering from diseases. And it's good for your spirit, right? It makes you a better. You have to understand the consequences of actions when you see others suffering.
You like to go. You like to go around hospitals and watch people suffering?
No, you try to help them and you ease their suffering. You do whatever you can to
Quick,
help them.
everyone, Ragani's back.
I mean, Wilhelm,
let him do his thing, because this guy's off.
Frying pan.
Wilhelm, if I'm ever like concerned about something that I'm pulling out of the garbage, like there's like spells for that. You know that, right? Like I'm not just eating moldy bread.
Yeah, but one of the thing, part of having this power,
yeah,
is knowing when you don't need to use it. Like, if you don't need to eat trash food and use magic to fix moldy bread, when you can just buy fresh bread.
How long has it been since you were like super poor?
What day is it?
I don't know.
It's obviously Friday since tomorrow's Saturday, and
Yeah.
the Zeppelin launches tomorrow.
Yeah, so 24 hours, I guess. I think we just got paid.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, there's free food everywhere.
I'm just saying, there's free food everywhere.
Well, this has been fun.
Thanks for burgers. This was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in agreement that we're making Wilhelm pay. Is that it?
Apparently, he's flush.
Just got paid.
Just got paid, yeah.
So tomorrow we go sweep, and then tomorrow morning we hop on the balloon, head up the mountain, scope out.
Well, we're going to make sure the balloon is a viable means of transportation first.
Okay.
I wonder what they lift it with. I certainly hope it's not hydrogen.
What's that?
It
could be problematic. Let's just go there.
There was a place once where they tried something like that. It didn't work very well.
It's not just magic like everything else.
Not everything.
What happened with the hydrogen?
It's very flammable.
Oh, we should make sure you're not there then.
Right.
No offense, just, for public safety, I guess.
Although if we need someone to blow hot air.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what Mac's for.
Well, we can't have him. Thanks, Hilton.
I think Wilhelm will pay for dinner and try to very, very quickly just get the hell out of here.
All right, cool.
This was not the evening he had intended.
Pip, I need you.
Just like an accidental intervention for the both of us there.
I need you to roll a con save during your long rest, please.
$17.
Oh, cool. Okay, you're good. Do not raise your maximum hit point back up.
Okay.
Yet. So, as you all wake up the next morning, is there anything you'd like to do before heading out to Sylvarin Park?
Harold wants to dig into his library a little bit, just kind of early morning rising, and look for things that are more about trapping, like soul, for example, like things to do with a phylactery, but more like not quite that level of magic, more like the magic jar spell.
Okay. I'll say roll an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
17 on the die.
Plus 4 is 21.
Yeah. Well, plus 5 is 26.
Why plus 5?
You said an intelligence check. 17 on the
proficiency.
die, plus 5, plus 4.
Right. Sorry. God, sometimes I think. Cool.
That's your first problem right there.
I know, right? Let's see. School of Magic is...
I believe it's necromancy.
What's the spell called? I can never get it right the first time.
Magic jar.
Yeah, it's necro. I would say that you probably don't have it in your library itself. Because
Maybe just mention of it.
Yeah, probably just mention of it. You would if you want an actual scroll of it, you can go and find it. You would probably know where to find it because of your background. That's why Sage is helpful sometimes. But other than that, if you're just looking for that spell, you know where to find it. As for and kind of like how it works, the implications of it, so on and so forth.
Cool.
What about would I have time to get to the junkyard?
You'd be getting back fairly late, but yes.
Yeah, I don't want to do that then. If we're all going to the park, I want to go there relatively early. So.
Yeah, you'd probably be getting back because I'm assuming that you guys left Harry's on 22nd at like roughly 7-ish, which would take you about another half hour, 15 minutes to get back to the brownstone.
Yeah, I know.
Getting from there to the junkyard is going to be at least an hour without Pip. Especially considering the train is down. So that would put you there at about, 9-ish. Do whatever it is you're going to do. And then another hour back. So.
Yeah, I think given this recent discovery, Wilhelm would just be throwing himself into his current work.
Okay.
Is it feasible for Copper to track down the kids this morning before he heads out?
Probably. What all are you gonna do to try and find them?
I would kind of go down to the area I would expect them to be in, and I would probably just locate Creature on one of them. Probably Elaine.
Alright, yeah, no, easy enough. As you're kind of like, they stay at a park, they, for the most part, stay in a park at nights that is not very far from the actual office of Weatherford Hole Investigations. It's like literally maybe 5 blocks from there. You go to, locate Creature, and you find like a cat that's curled up underneath a bush that's pinging it off as you're looking for Elaine that's just snoozing.
I'll go over and just start scratching the cat's head. Hey, Lainey.
She just kind of gives you a look and curls back in.
Hey, I was going to give you a little bit of cash, since I know I didn't make our meeting the other night.
The ears perk up, the tail immediately, and she just kind of does her best to nonchalantly stretch out the cat legs. And kind of rub up on your leg before becoming that dark-skinned figure who just kind of goes, "Cash?"
Yeah, I'm trying to work on maybe a place that you and boys can stay with a real roof. But in the meantime, and I'll reach into one of my pockets and I'll give her I don't know. Let's say 10 gold this time, which feels a little much, but why not?
10 gold notes. She takes it and she's just like,
"You need to share that with them. Okay." And don't buy stupid stuff. Feed yourself. What stupid stuff did you want to buy anyway?
Don't worry about it.
I want to know. What if I got it? What if I wanted to get you a present?
That's not food.
Maybe.
We'll make a candle nights list later. How about
that?
It's a little early to be asking me such dumb questions anyway.
Yeah, sorry. I have somewhere I'm supposed to go, and I wanted to come see you without, those guys.
Sure. Hey, have you seen Devin? Had a couple like yesterday. You heard from him?
No. Why? You can't find him?
I haven't really tried today, but I couldn't find him yesterday. And Eddie said he hadn't talked to him yesterday, so I don't know.
Huh. Hey, be careful. Right now. I know. No, but there's shit happening.
Like what?
There's kids and small-sized people disappearing. Just be careful, okay? I'm working on it with those guys.
You be careful.
I always try.
We learned from you, so.
Get started on that candle nights list, okay? Keep an eye out for Devin. I'll look for him too.
Okay. I'll catch up with Eddie and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Be careful. And she
You too.
gives you a quick hug. It's a little bit tighter than normal. And she says, "Thank you for the money." And then scampers off towards the park itself. Like the actual playground.
I'll head back to the brownstone.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Alright. Let's see, is this what I want? So, as you all head towards Sylvain Park, you all know that it is out in the the shopping district of Kasmar. There's a portion between this shopping district and kind of like that trading district that separates a good portion of this shopping district off, and it's just a massive section of greenery, like this almost green belt like space. Except it's been built out to the point where the trees are so thick that you can't really travel through them without having major difficulties. So Kasmar as a whole has gone through and made pathways, put down nice long sidewalks that kind of wind in through the trees in and out and along the way down to the actual park itself. You also know that this is where a lot of the wineries are. This is where a lot of the actual food manufacturing plants are, for instance, Harvest Crown. But in Sylvain Park proper, there is a portion of the river that the river Kasmar that actually passes right by it, and on this large cleared out portion of land, the grass is always kept nice and clean. This is where most people would go for the occasional first date, to take their kids out, to get out away from the housing district, away from downtown, get some semblance of fresh air. That said, today is a very special day, however, and it is currently teeming with life. I don't mean just greenery. Little orbs of light kind of float through the space, dispelling that colorless light that fills the air, giving brilliant color and life here. The fields, you can see the actual crispness of the blades of grass that go across this massive lawn. You can see the wood underneath the large kind of draped over willow trees that meander across the actual beach itself. You can hear the occasional roaring of an engine on the river proper as steamboats pass through, going down to the docks. On this river, as a backdrop to the scene before you, you can see this massive oval structure with just runes kind of like intertwined massively across the edges of it. You can see what looks like essentially a double-decker underneath, kind of attached to it. Wires attached to that, going down to the kind of like that beach space where there is a dock that leads out with a bit of a rope, like a rope ladder that goes up to it. And people are not allowed to go over there because the foreground of what you see is this massive, again, teeming crowd of people. People have brought their children and their families to have a great time at this massive festival that has been placed in its honor. There is a huge Ferris wheel that kind of turns off on the side, off to your left, kind of highlighting some of those trees again as the lights twist and turn and keep that circular pattern going. As you can see another machine kind of rise up and begin to spin as swings are swung around at high speeds, people screaming, having a great time, and the scent that fills your nostrils is nothing short of sweat, like this sweetness to the air, and fried food.
So, heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Smells like heaven.
However, I believe 3 of you. Well, Pip, give me a perception check, please.
I'm gonna check my attributes. 19?
With a 19, you notice him too. Sitting underneath the this massive willow that kind of like stands out amongst this line of smaller willows along the riverside. You can see just past that curtain there are a set of benches and what look like a couple of lampposts underneath that have those orbs kind of floating through that space, lighting it up intermittently. There's a lone figure sitting on a bench feeding what looks like essentially pigeons. As you can see, a kenku with a white streak going across the face and down the back of the head, sitting in a green vest. The 3 of you, now knowing this figure to be Senior, is just feeding the birds. Occasionally, as the 3 of you kind of look up and around, notice him, and point him out to each other, you see him kind of look over, kind of lean for a second towards the crowd, and you can see a couple of smaller kenku kind of playing in various different dresses, nice fine clothes, arguing over cotton candy and a funnel cake. And he just kind of shakes his head and goes back to feeding the birds.
Yeah, and so in all of us is there now, yes?
Yes.
How far away is Senior?
Senior's probably a good couple 100 feet away.
Okay.
It's a fairly large lawn. You have a full fair in front of you, and then there's still space where you can see like people have like permeated the actual lawn itself, going down towards the riverside. Underneath the majority of those things, you can see a couple of couples like sitting in the roots of a couple of small willows, flirting, messing around, that kind of thing. Well, maybe not messing around, but you know what I mean. And you can see like a few different families underneath, like umbrellas they've set up and are having picnics.
Should I circle around? Let them know we need to talk to him?
But, about?
Person of interest? I don't know.
Harold will speak up. Is that... I know he was involved in the evening at the gala. I know he's not necessarily on the up and up, but we have a lot of pressing matters that are pressing on a much grander scale. Is he involved in anything that we know of that, is a bit more pressing?
It could be that maybe we shake him down, kind of like Miss Porter, and see what falls out. Perhaps there is a connection. Perhaps he will have information. We don't really have anything on him that we could potentially use against him, to arrest from an arrest perspective. But we know he's a person of interest, I guess, as Pip said. So we could just shake the tree, see what falls out.
The only thing I can think maybe is maybe he knows about the gun with Veda's mom. Maybe.
The jar gun? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the one that we could never find. No one said it's been checked out or anything like that.
We don't know that was used on Veda's mom, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, not that specifically, but that's the closest thing that would be.
Yeah.
Like
is the equivalent.
Something similar. Yeah.
I think that'd be very wise, and maybe the bullets as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say on top of that, bullets.
I have a lead for the bullets, it's just on the complete opposite side of town.
Do you want
Okay. How y'all maybe one of y'all go see if the balloon will go up to the mountain? I'll circle around and just try to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Fine.
Yeah?
Are we all ready to go?
Do we have an estimate on when the balloon launches?
Today.
Today.
Are you looking for a time?
Time-ish. Do you know? Do we have an hour, or is it within the next half hour?
They're trying to milk this, so it's probably going to be a few hours. You've got probably about 5 hours.
Cool. So we have 5 hours to investigate if it's going the way we need to, get tickets, and get on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, we've got a little bit of time then.
Okay, Red.
See you soon. And Pip will disappear into the crowd.
Make a stealth check, please.
Plus 12. 22.
22. Okay.
Yep. Not great, but not horrible.
I think probably seeing all the couples being couples, Wilhelm's probably gonna get really embarrassed for a second, and then just be like, Veda, I'm sorry about last night. I didn't mean to get too involved in any of this.
I just don't want you to be any more upset with me than you already are.
I'm upset with you.
But yes, you're with Regani.
What?
Well, I thought you were still conflicted over it all, and since he wants me dead,
No, I know it's not even remotely close to. Sorry, Chuck's
Copper can hear this, right?
Copper just like wheeling in the back.
Pip's the only one that's gone.
Good.
I know. We're giving him time to vanish and get around him.
Harold has slowly taken a pencil that he carries with him and just started shoving it into his ear.
I just figured even if you didn't agree with his practices, you still.
No, it's not. No, it's not like that at all. It's. We should talk. We can talk more later. Can I notice Pip?
Make a perception check.
Where's Pip? I suddenly have gone blind.
Well, no, Pip got a 22.
Okay, yeah, 21.
No, you would lose him. Like you have him clocked for a good about to what you would consider the halfway point to the tree.
Yeah.
And then he's just fucking gone.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, then if I've lost him, then we're gonna head towards Senior.
Okay.
The goal.
Harold will hold back, and kind of be within 30 feet of where Senior's sitting, but not approach.
Yeah, okay, I think so Copper's gonna.
To be clear, you do not have perfect line of sight on him. There is a literal curtain of willow, I don't know what to call that. Not branches. Are they branches that are down like that?
Yeah.
Are those considered branches? Yeah. Are they considered vines? I don't know. That's why.
No, that's just how willow branches are.
You're a branch. Yeah. You're a branch. I'm not
an umbrella.
I'm not. Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
I've never seen a tree. I'm in Texas.
We cut down our trees here.
All we got is mesquites. No, there's literally a thick curtain of willow branches, and it goes out a good a solid 50 feet out from the trunk itself, and he is nearly up against that trunk. So even if you get there's nobody underneath it except for him and these birds. So if you guys decide to get close,
well, yeah, Wilhelm's not going to hide it. I'm going to go in as the big bright distraction here, right? So if everybody's lining themselves up, I'm walking up to this guy.
The goal for Pip was to disappear, make his way, through the basically through the Kenku's blind spot.
Yep.
And essentially appear next to him. And be like, "Hey."
Well,
and Harold would just want to be even moving into the little overhang of willow branches, would just kind of stay back.
And something that might be helpful for you is I do have the Skulker feat, so even if it's light obscurity, something where he would normally see me, I can still hide.
Fantastic. Perfect. So, Pip, as you are on the edge of those willow branches, what's Veda doing? What's Copper doing?
Neither of us know this guy. I think I'll go.
Copper knows him.
Yeah.
Copper's aware of him.
Okay.
The only one who doesn't actually know anything about him would be Veda, and even then, Veda's seen him once.
Yeah, that's true. Would you like some cotton candy instead? I'm not quite the expert on guns. But,
are you just walking up with a gun? All right, great. That's what I need to know.
Copper's gonna hang.
Her and Wilhelm
I was talking to Copper,
this okay.
I mean, I'd love some cotton candy.
We're just kind of standing there, watching this happen, and just
Yeah, I'm gonna almost hang back. I think Copper's goal was hang back while Veda and Wilhelm walked up, but now Veda's not walking up, so he's under the branches, but it's not directly with Wilhelm.
You're just like we're just standing there
because
like,
he wanted to do like the awkward kid thing where it's like, oh, mom and dad need to talk to somebody. I'm just gonna wait over here. And then Veda was like, I don't want to be in on this.
I don't want to.
Mom got a cold feet.
Yeah,
All right.
it's weird. Everything about this day is weird.
So as you walk up, you like as you're kind of like sulking along in the shadows, you get up next to the tree just as Wilhelm is kind of walking up. And as you break through those branches, Wilhelm, with your passive perception of 20, you notice him just kind of like briefly look up.
Some things are more obvious than others.
Yeah, I know. But he just kind of like shakes his head, takes a deep breath that just shows a massive amount of exasperation.
As he sees me?
Mm-hmm.
How far?
Well, you're about 50 feet.
I'm gonna, do my best to be as charming as possible, like flash a smile, wave a hand. And just keep walking relatively quickly.
He's not gonna go anywhere. He's just kind of occasionally reaching into a bag of like a bag next to him and tossing some seed out, licking his fingers afterward.
Hey, hello there. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Just kind of side eyes you for a second. Don't really say anything.
Crazy about this balloon, huh? This flying contraption. Are you excited? You think you'll ride it?
It's not likely.
Ah, yes. Are you afraid to fly?
No, I'm not afraid.
What is it you feed pigeons? They seem to like it.
Birdseed.
Great. Am I? Whoa! How close am I now?
No, you're like in that small,
good.
seating area. You're within 10 feet of him.
Can I sit down next to him?
Pip, are you gonna let him sit down next to him, or are you gonna sit down next to him? It's only a two-person.
I'll let him. That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah. Pip will just stay near since Wilhelm came up.
I'll probably stretch out, like cross one leg over the other, and like stretch out like as much as I can on the bench.
And you kind of like unintentionally or intentionally kind of crunch the bag a little bit up against him, and you just.
So, Senior, right?
That's me.
Great. You know who I am?
Some would say I'm aware.
Good. It makes this a lot easier. Usually a lot quicker. Listen, Senior, I must admit I don't know about as much about you as I would like to. However, I do know you travel in circles that don't exactly align with myself.
He reaches into the bag and kind of scatters a little bit more seed. Looks at his fingers, feathered, and just kind of goes, "What kind of circles do you mean?" And finally, he looks at you.
Well, we know where you are at the auction.
He looks away and starts looking at his fingers. Passive insight would tell you that he was waiting for some other answer.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you hoping for something of the more chemical nature?
He stops mid-lick. Clacks his beak a couple times and lets off a shrill whistle. Harold, you notice that the kids kind of perk up at that whistle and stop fighting immediately. Toss the funnel cake, toss the cotton candy, and start marching down a path that is not one that isn't like that you've seen very many people travel.
I'll poof my owl into existence and send him to follow the kids.
Okay.
They're going 1 away from Senior, and 2 about how far away are they?
They are from you. I'd say you'd have disadvantage on perception through the willow reeds, or through the willow branches. So I'd say you probably don't even notice that they're moving. But as you kind of poof that into existence, are you going to have your owl? You're going to have Roger be stealthy following?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, make a stealth check for it, please.
16 plus an owl's dex. I think it's like +3, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. Okay.
See, what I'm confused about here, Senior, is, I guess what side of the rail you consider yourself on? Are you a bad guy?
He kind of starts rolling up the top of the bag, sets it on his lap.
I'd like to prepare an action.
What's your action that you're preparing?
I'll take some flour out of my herbalism kit.
Okay.
Because, well, we
and
sometimes...
the moment he goes invisible, I am throwing flour on him.
Noted.
Just while we,
amazing.
We are...
I'm just, like, perched on the tree, like, just ready.
known to be a little morally ambiguous ourselves. There's just something so
okay to not know your words.
Again, if you are aware of us, then you know that bad people tend to not do well mixing circles with us, if you understand what I'm saying. So, we are in search of a few things at the moment. So I guess the question really comes down to you. Are you willing to work with us and help us? Or should someone start running?
Like a persuasion check or an intimidation check, your choice.
I feel like that's going to be intimidation. Honestly, it's the same check either way, but it's a fucking 10 because I can never roll anything for shit, so.
Harold's just waiting there with a counterspell. Just waiting for sudden movements.
Maybe that's better. Maybe he's cocky.
Make an insight check, please.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
Nice. He struggles to hide it from you, from anybody really paying attention. You see the telltale signs of someone that is looking for an exit. As he kind of like rolls it up and looks across. Does his best to be nonchalant about it, and just goes.
So, Senior, I'm saying this is the kind of behavior I'm talking about. Why run?
Now I know I'm a bit of a contractor. However, I have my own family that I must look after. Yes?
I understand that quite a bit, actually, these days. And I, too, am trying to look after my family, if you will. which is why we thought perhaps you could assist us. But I am remiss to say I am not familiar with your work.
Which one do you speak of?
Which work?
Now you obviously know my mark, so it's a matter of whether or not you want to recognize it.
Well, we came upon your mark. Similarly, in dispatching in the way that we do.
I'm going to need you to clarify what you're talking about.
You're talking about the circle of chemicals, yes?
As you say that, you watch as like the feathers on the neck just kind of like begin to bristle.
Okay, so are you opposed to this group?
Your insight from before tells you that is far from it. He is uncomfortable talking to you about the circle of chemicals.
Okay. Well, again, Senior, if we stop with all the,
Oh, the theatrics. I'm sorry, it's just a part of my nature.
We just don't need to play so coy, okay? Just, you tell me.
Oh, I don't play coy. Sometimes you just need to be a straight shooter. And I'm about as straight as they get.
Okay, so. Here's what we are looking for. We are investigating a series of disappearances. The disappearances are particularly targeting children and people that have been hospitalized. They are being taken to the mountains.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, good. Insight check.
Roll it.
It's 21.
Listening to him talk and kind of rolling through some of what you have heard and or have noticed. You know the Kinku can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he's mimicking. His mannerisms say that he deals with people that are, while less scrupulous, are much more refined. He is being about as honest as he can be with his limited phrasing that he has.
Okay.
That said, choosing that particular phrasing may not be the only way that he could have said, I don't know anything about that.
Right. Okay. Next question. Related, but it would seem that someone is manufacturing arms. You've seen similar versions, yes?
The sound that he puts out is like an odd cackling that almost is uncomfortable. What kind of arms are you looking for here? Is my question.
Well, in particular, munitions that are targeting vampires.
Now, are you looking for ammunition, or are you looking for arms? There is.
Well, I would be interested in either or, because the arms themselves, I believe, were misplaced patents that never belonged in the hands of the individuals that got them in the first place.
I see what you're speaking on now. Thank you for your clarity. Perhaps I could ask around, though I don't know that I would be able to find what you're looking for.
This has been
If
fun.
someone is manufacturing my guns without me overseeing it, they're gonna be in a world of hurt.
You're the developer of this particular.
No. You misunderstand.
Okay. So clarify then for me.
Now, I ain't the one that actually does the manufacturing of such materials. I just simply oversee such things. Now, if you're looking for a deal, perhaps we could cut something. Though, I promise you, it won't be cheap.
Like, noticeably twitching now. So you oversee the reproduction of these weapons that fire glyphs of warning.
No. You misunderstand. I got people. And you see him kind of like stutter for a couple minutes as he tries to like chop the sentence up. I handle transactions.
Okay. Above table, is there anything else we needed from this guy?
You might see if he knows who or has heard of off-brand jargons. If he's sold any, who to.
The jargons, thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I was missing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you handle the transactions. A jargon went missing from a police precinct not too long ago. Would you be able to acquire one of them for me?
Allow me to express that there is other ways of procuring such materials.
Other ways?
I oversee the manufacture of such things. Magnificent things.
Yeah,
If you're looking for special materials, I'm sure that we could probably look.
But so you're saying it's possible?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Where would we begin to find?
He like sets the bag down next to him on the other side of him, away from you. Reaches into his vest, pulls out a pocket watch, puts it back in, pulls out a small pad of paper and writes down an address. Rips it off, hands it to you. It's on the back of like receipt paper. He slips it back into his vest.
Am I familiar with it at all?
The address? No.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go dig it up.
Well,
as for this circle that you're looking for, I suggest perhaps you take your nose off the ground, Bloodhound.
Oh, I don't know, Senior. There's just something about a moth to flame. It always finds me, doesn't it? But this has been
Good
enlightening.
day.
Yes. Enjoys the air. And I'll get up and I'm gonna walk right back over to, I guess.
Enjoy the fair.
I guess my cotton, the two that are eating cotton candy now.
We're just sitting there watching, just.
As Wilhelm gets up and walks away, Harold just casts a message to Senior and says, "You have nothing to fear from us, for now." And then walks away.
I can smell a bad dude.
Bad
dude.
Make a perception check for the owl, please. One of them does notice him.
Ooh, baby. That's a dirty 20.
That's an advantage, right?
Oh, it should be an advantage, yeah. It's dirty 20.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. As Roger follows them down this path, the smallest of the three kind of like looks over their shoulder and kind of like scramble, like very quickly scans around before you see it lock eyes with Roger. And then she proceeds to kind of like tug on one of them's jacket, whispers something to him, and then they break off into the shrubbery that people get lost in all the time. With your passive insight, even as Roger is like transmitting that information to you, it is apparent that there's a good possibility that they live in Solvarin Park. Looking at their clothing, the way that Senior was dressed, helps affirm those suspicions.
So might be something that, if need be, we could come back to. Roger will kind of swoop past one of them, just, in a not threatening, but like I notice, you notice me.
Well, they broke off into the tree line. It's incredibly thick.
So he doesn't keep up with any of them on a dirty 20.
I'm gonna say no, because it's like the fact if you were running through, it's like if you were running through trees that you don't recognize. If you ran through a forest that you were not familiar with versus someone who is running through a forest that is familiar with it, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose them. Even with a dirty 20, they lose you.
Okay. Then I'll just recall him and he'll come back.
Okay. Well, what next?
Pip will maintain his stealth on the tree. Climb a little higher out of eyesight. Just watch.
Stay there. Just watching?
Just watch.
Okay.
What does he do next? Where does he go?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Never works, man. Never works. Fresh die.
Just gonna walk back to Copper and Veda. Oh, you seem nice.
I have inspiration. I will use my inspiration.
Good job.
Pip gets around a tree and it suddenly like drum beats This feral nature takes over.
It's not much better. It's 14. It's actually way better than what it was. It's not great. It's 14.
As he leaves the willow branches, he reaches into the other side of the vest and pulls out a long string of sending stone beads that doesn't even physically leave the pocket. And he just starts counting them down. Ping! Meeting's off. I'll see you another day. Starts kind of swirling it back down in. Opens up his bag. Returns to throwing seed.
Sweet.
Yep. He's a nice guy.
Oh yeah, he seemed fine.
Sweet.
Definitely.
No problems at all down the line from this guy.
I said sarcasm.
Yeah, no, there is something definitely off there, and I've expressed this recently to someone else. There's just there's something about people who manufacture weapons that I find particularly appalling.
Harold, kind of being done with the situation, not being able to do anything in addition, is going to move towards the airship and try to see what kind of the intended route, flight path is today.
I'll tell you what, we'll handle that in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's midnight.
Fair enough.
So,
Right, good. Mac will be there ready to fight with us. Yay.
maybe.
Better be.
Don't
Might
you
be dead.
fucking maybe. He'll fucking be here.
He'll
Oh,
be here.
God.
It's just Dragon
He's
Con.
going. He still has a meeting with the Crystal Vapor. So, thank you guys
Hell
so
yeah.
much for joining us for Sinner's Dream tonight. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Be sure to get your last minute elf eggs in now. Just want to shout out our sponsors one more time. We've got Foundry, the best VTT out there, using Forge-VTT, the best place to host your Foundry games, especially if you're trying not to spend a lot of, space on your own computer. I've got the highest tier. Never touch the data. Let's see. We've got Midnight Syndicate, Tabletop Audio, Michael Gelfie, and tonight we're giving away some Dice Envy dice, huh?
We are a lovely set of the Elysium ones this month. See, I don't even remember now, but I think those are the ones from Dice Envy.
All I know is they were so pretty.
They're very, very pretty, very iridescent. Yeah, you guys want to give them away?
Do it.
I do. Yeah.
Roll.
Here she goes. Where she stops.
See the background.
The reflection of the TV. Yeah.
And you know what though? I think that's. Hold on, I screwed it up. It's an old list.
Of course you did.
It's an old list, he said. It's an old
It
list.
is.
Copper got them.
Oh, man.
Copper didn't get them. I was like, oh, that name was not around this month. But no, you know what happens is the wheel of names. If any of you use it,
Yeah, it remembers it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It remembers your last one. You have to reset it.
and I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing this name on the list. So that was a practice run, just so you guys could see what it looks like. And now you can see the reflection, so you know I'm not even cheating. Oh my god, no way. Well, listen,
Own dice.
this young man has been watching our stream since when we first started it, and has never won a single set of dice. And now he can no longer claim that. Congratulations, Colin, Family Fantasy RPG from Colin from Fable 42. You have finally won
There you go.
a set of dice. Which, again, it serves as a lesson to all of you. Just keep trying. It'll happen eventually.
True.
Way to go! Congratulations.
And then hopefully,
yeah,
for Thursday we should have whatever the new set's gonna be for next month. But I promise they will be just as nice. And one of those top tier Dice Envy.
When are we gonna have a Sinner's Dream themed dice week?
Find me
when we have Sinner's Dream themed dice.
Find you someone?
Or I mean, you can find me someone. Find me someone that's gonna make them.
They Dice Envy dice? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, Dice Envy. I mean, that's what we're giving away now. But yeah, if you want to find me a custom creator,
I'll find one that's definitely Pip themed.
We Dragon Knight used to do them for us, but she got very busy. So it's, again, we're very demanding. I need these every month, and you're gonna make a custom set of dice every month for us. So if you find someone who can do it, I'm all ears.
Noted. I like Dice Envy. I like Dice Envy dice, but I want some Sinner's Dream dice. Yeah, I'm a selfish piece of shit.
It's been a while.
I don't know this.
Doing it.
I don't know the Dice Envy mossy.
And hey, I want it to be known. I made this couple's park. Okay, I don't hate love.
This couple's park. We just walk in and we just all had the intervention. It's just love everywhere. Just.
Yeah, you bunch of.
Do we have to be here right now? Can we go?
Where I'm at. Let's see. JD, why don't you roll a d20?
No.
Okay, fine.
No.
Adelaide, you roll a d20.
Yeah, I'll roll a d20. Fuck you, JD. 17. I get a 17 or a 19 every single time.
Well, I have a choice, JD.
Count to 17 or go to 8?
Mm-hmm. Pick one.
I would have let her have it. But it was the veracity of the fuck you, JD.
Fuck you, JD.
She's really good at saying
I'm good.
fuck you. She's really good at it. She says it to me a lot.
I do.
Seasoned veteran at saying fuck you.
I'm kind of feeling these for Cinder's Dream theme,
Oh, well, don't give them away on stream.
I'm not.
Anyways, thanks everybody for showing up. We're gonna go raid Feywild and out. The Goblin, the Witch, and the Nowhere to go. Part 2.
There you go. Amen.
Sorry, it was my birthday this weekend, and I am just...
Yeah, JD's now 65 years old.
Just barely
Everyone
recovering.
say happy birthday. He's getting his hip replaced. That's his birthday
For
present.
his birthday.
No, we're leaving. Everybody. Here comes the end screen. Oh my god.